What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video showdown breakdown for Thursday Night Football between the New Orleans Saints and the Denver Broncos. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what we normally do. We are going to break it down for you. We're going to give you the details. We're going to give you the secrets and what goes into making of hopefully a great lineup for you. So we're going to cover all of that. We're going to build a couple lineups at the end of the video. We're going to do it all. We're going to use our matchup tool, which is complete. You can find it on NFL tab and the Bacon Station. So we're going to look at all of that. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. All of the rankings that you see currently on the screen, I have already made a video for. If you want to check those out, I will link that at the end of the video as well, so you guys can check that out and see if the rankings are great for you for DFS or even your season long. We've got our Bacon rating on there. We've got it all for you. So, new to the channel, subscribe if you can. If you want to win something, we have a giveaway every video. Like this video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment for the comment picker to pick you up. 50 likes on this video, a chance at a free weekly pass to FTA+. That'll get you the beginning of NBA season next week, which is wild to think about already. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you have a chance at a free monthly pass to FTA. 150 or more likes, a chance at a $200 yearly pass. 200 or more likes on the video, a chance at a lifetime pass. So, that being said, we're very excited to look into what goes into the making of hopefully a great lineup. So let's get the beginning out of the way. Let's look at the statistics from last season and the first 6 weeks of this season with showdown lineups. So, 84% of the lineups in showdowns have at least one quarterback in that breakdown. Now, most likely there's sometimes you're going to want both of them, and we'll build and we'll see what we can do with that. We have 6% of the winning lineup have used the entire $60,000 salary on DraftKings. So don't necessarily feel like you're building a lineup that you need to have entire salary used, because the majority of the time that is not the case. And you're going to see that today because there are a lot of injuries and people are already out or doubtful that we are ready to go, and we're going to talk about that. 16% of the winning lineups had a $200 player or less, or a $200 player. There's no one less than that. So if you look at flex and you go down and you see you've got some here that could be elevated and jump up, and we'll definitely look at those when we get into all of that. 80% of the winning lineups had a $4,000 player or less. So if we look at that in that sense, we are at Bubba means and down, or Bub means and down, which I love means today. Average salary is about $47,500 for a winning lineup. Stack percentages. These are huge. You got to kind of know where the game flow is going to go, what the game script's going to be. You got two rookie quarterbacks going up against each other. You got a lot of people out of this lineup. So it could be a lower scoring game than we're used to. So the strategy behind building a lineup like this might be a little bit different. A 4-2 stack has won it 44% of the time. So 4 from one team, 2 from the other. 3-3 stack 36% of the time, and 5-1 stack 21% of the time it is won. Captain percentages are key and huge. What player do you need to put in the captain? Is it a quarterback? Well, let's break it down. 39% of the time it's been a wide receiver in the winning lineup in the captain spot, or MVP on FanDuel. Running back has been 28% of the time. QB has been 17% of the time. Tight end 7% of the time, defense 7% of the time, and a kicker 2% of the time. We've seen the kicker recently a few times. We've seen them be the catalyst in that offense. It could be the same today. We will definitely see. But we want to see how to build a lineup here. So that's exactly what we're about to do. We're going to build you a few lineups. We're going to look at them. We're going to go over the players. So, looking at the players right now. Olave, already out. Ruled out. Concussion, will not play today. Shaheed, already out. Going to be out multiple weeks. Slated to undergo surgery for meniscus injury. So, he is already out. Derek Carr, we already know is doubtful. I'm guessing it's going to be Rattler. Yeah, he's doubtful. Hasn't practiced, had an oblique. He's gone. Taysom Hill, doubtful as well. This opens up a ton of different avenues to build around. So obviously, with the majority of New Orleans offense being out, a rookie quarterback who did pretty well last week, I think Alvin Kamara is one of the safest bets today. Yes, he's a running back, but he's also catches passes a ton, so he could be in that spot for you for the captain spot or MVP spot. So we are going to build lineups. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at everything for you, and hopefully we're able to help you bring home the bacon. So let's get into it. As always, we are going to use a few tools building these, going through everything. So we're going to look at the matchup tool, which we absolutely love, which is on the website. I do this all by hand, so all the love and support is amazing. We're going to use our sponsor, Outlier.Bet, so you can go start betting. You can go into this, which we absolutely love for NFL. You can get all the insights that you see right here. They flood into our Discord, which is an absolutely free Discord. So if you want to check that out, the link is down below. But you can go into popular bets. You can see different bet slips from FanDuel, DraftKings, stuff like that. You can go into the games. You can break it down even further. Matchup details right here. It goes through matchup summary for everything. Different props, game lines, everything is there for you. So if you've been on the fence about it, check it out. We have a link to sign up. You got to use our link. You're going to get a 7-day free trial if you use our link. And if you pay for the one of the two packages after that 7 days, if you get the regular package, we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. If you use the Pro package from them, we're going to give you 3 months free, which is a $90 value. So make sure you check out Outlier.Bet right now. So let's take a look at our matchup tool first before we start building anything at all. So what it is if on the left side of the screen, you see the defenses. So these are the defenses, how many passes they've allowed to their competition through the first 6 weeks. They're rushing to the rushing quarterbacks, and their fantasy points per game allowed to each position. The defenses have been pretty good on the other side to their quarterbacks. So as you can see, I've filtered just this game. You can see that New Orleans get ranked 12th against the quarterback, giving up 16.8, and Denver is ranked 4th against the quarterback, given only 12.9 on DraftKings. So not very good for the quarterbacks there. And obviously Rattler being, one game, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. Bo Nix has 5 touchdowns, but also 5 interceptions. So they might not be the best here building your lineups. Running back. Obviously, Broncos have 2 to 3 guys that can run. Javonte Williams, Jaleel McLaughlin. I mean, Saints, it's Alvin Kamara. Yes, we have, for running backs, we got the 2. The main guy is obviously going to be Kamara. Jamal Williams is there, but he really has not done anything at all. Maybe this is a breakout time. Maybe you go ahead and check and put him in there. I get that if you want to get a little creative and different, but it is Alvin Kamara. It's him. He's the number 1 ranked wide running back here, and he gets a ton of passes. He's got 238 yards in the air, which is fantastic, and already 1 touchdown through the air as well. Wide receivers. Saints defense, they rank 24th. They do give up some points to wide receivers, but Bo Nix is very, very bad. You've got these 2 guys are already out, so we're already going to put them in red. Bub Means is in there. It's going to open up some. So obviously Bub Means makes a lot of sense. But Denver against the wide receiver, they rank number 1. They're only giving up 22.9 fantasy points per game. It's fine. We got to find some value in that. Then tight end situation's a little bit different. Saints have 2 that they can use, both ranked 24th and 25th tight ends this year. So they're very close. They're very even, so you could go either way. And then Saints, Dolchich, not much going on in the tight end for Denver. If we look, he's a $300 player. Game log, he has not done anything the last 2 games. Did not play in week 5 or 6. He was a coach's decision to be inactive. So there's just so many things we're going to go over. And we're going to build lineups for you as well. So, Kamara obviously makes a lot of sense. I think we can get away with a full Saints stack, a 5-1 stack. I know Denver's good against the quarterback, but we've got to figure out a way to go. So, just kind of looking at one of the lineups that I don't mind. Kamara at the captain spot, MVP spot, whichever you're playing, I don't mind that. dump-off passes might be huge for Rattler today. So if we look at Rattler and Kamara, we get him to dump off passes to him, I am very okay with that. So you have to have at least one player from Denver that we got to get in here. I think it's going to be Williams. He's got a good matchup here, but he's only averaging 8.9 fantasy points. I think a kicker is going to come into play. I think this is one of those nights where we do have at least one kicker. Defense. Saints defense, they have struggled lately. I think they get back on track here against Bo Nix and Denver. And that leaves us 4,100, which is right around the 4,000 mark. Bub Means, he's got to be in there. He was obviously involved last week, had 8 targets, 1 touchdown. He's the number 1 wide receiver in this lineup right now. So this is a full 5-1 stack with the Saints. So this is going to be one of the lineups that we make. Okay? There are going to be different ones that we can make. We can go back and forth, and we can look at that. I don't really trust Bub Means. I think we could still do a 3-3 stack if you want to follow what the majority of this last 6 weeks and last year was, and get a wide receiver in this captain spot. Obviously, Olave's out. Shaheed is out. That brings us down to Bub Means. He is 6,000, and they are really good against the wide receiver. I completely understand that. But tonight could be an ugly game where we need both of the kickers. That's the thing. So we're looking at this. Bub Means at the top. I think we still want to get Kamara in there. I think we still want to get Rattler in there. He's got to throw to Means. He's got to dump off passes or hand off passes to Kamara. So that's there. Now, let's try a lineup with both of the quarterbacks. But in there, now we're at 4,800. You got the Broncos D, which I don't trust here. You've got Devon Bell. Last week, I mean, he's played in week 1 where he had 8 targets. Played in week 6 where he had 6 targets. 78 yards last week, 11.8 fantasy points. He was 1,000. Now he is 4,400. Does not have a touchdown on the year, but has 12 receptions in 2 games and 117 yards. We've got to take it. There's not a ton. While everyone is going to be on Cortland Sutton, which I understand, you go up here and you look at Sutton. He's 10,800. He's averaging 10.1 fantasy points. That's not enough. We've still got a 3-3 stack with Denver and New Orleans. We've still got Bub Means, which I think he might go a little bit under-owned in that captain spot. Now, what I want to do is let's see if we can build a lineup with both kickers, because I think that could be where it's at. We're in a dome, so weather's not going to be a factor. Kamara is at the top. Let's get Will Lutz in there. Let's get Group in there, or Groupie, however you say his name. Okay, so we've got those 3. So 2 New Orleans, 1 Denver. I'm still looking at Bub Means, so I think we can get Bub Means in here, down here at 4,000. I think we might be able to get Rattler in there, and 8,700. We cannot get Bo Nix, but we could get a tight end spot, and so it would be a 5-1. Or if we're looking for another Denver spot here, you could look at Vel. You could look there, or you could go down, a little bit, go Foster Moreau, who game log wise, he's seen some targets, only 2, but he's caught them. Had a touchdown in week 5, 54 yards against Tampa Bay, obviously. You see what they did last week. You've got Mims Jr. you could look at, but he really hasn't done much. You got Troutman, who, he is facing his former team, okay? Doesn't have a target last week. Has played every week. Has 2 targets on the year. It's just this Denver offense is terrible. So if you want to go off of Vel and you want to go Saints defense, you could go Saints defense. You're leaving 3,500 on the table, which is that 47.5. Well, it's 1,000 more than what you're looking for. You could go this. This is a 5-1 here. I just do not like Denver very much today. I think it's pretty self-explanatory that I don't trust them enough. But in that same mindset, maybe that's what everyone's on. So let's pivot just a little bit. So let's go Javonte as the captain spot. Let's go Kamara, because I think we got to get Kamara in there. I think we can get both quarterbacks in there. So now we're averaging 3,200 here. Let's go a different direction. Let's go the Broncos defense, because they do have some good numbers against the position. Now we're at 1,600, which is Tipton, which he hasn't done much. You got Kroll, which, game log wise, 4 targets last week, 11 yards, no touchdowns. Maybe they dump it off to him. It just depends on what's going to happen. There's not a ton to look at. Got Blake Watson here. Game log, played 5, coach's decision not to play last week. So then you could look at a $200 player, or you come up and you do Tipton. Now, Mason Tipton, targets have been there the last few weeks. Okay? Only 2 targets last week, 15 yards, but he could be one of those very cheap options just to get a different lineup there. So I'm going to put him in there now. Maybe I update this and change a little bit, just depending where we're at there. So those are just some of the ways to build lineups. Honestly, this is not the best Thursday Night Football matchup with the 2 quarterbacks against really good defenses. A lot of people being out in this game. No real superstar in this game outside of Kamara. I think the game script is probably going to go New Orleans at home. Saints defense doing very well. Bo Nix having to throw it up a ton, probably getting a couple of interceptions. I think Saints defense makes a ton of sense. So, is there a way for us to build a lineup with the Saints defense being the captain spot? Now, again, what did we say? We said 7% of the time. 7% of the time, a defense has been the spot for you at captain. So let's put Saints defense there. Okay. Let's put Kamara. Let's put Rattler. All right. Let's put Will Lutz as the kicker because we think the Saints defense is going to hold the quarterback and whoever he's going to throw it to. Bub Means. And then we're at 11,800. We can go Sutton if you think Sutton's going to do anything. You could go Bo Nix. You could, but I'm not going to. So let's go Sutton here. So we got a Saints D. It is a 4-2 stack. We got Will Lutz, the kicker, and we do have the wide receiver. Maybe Cortland Sutton gets a dump-off pass from Nix and goes the distance. I mean, it's a very big if because, again, don't absolutely love the game tonight, but I wanted to break it down for you because I know a lot of you look forward to breaking it down. So, that being said, that's what we've got in this video. We've gone over our matchup tool. We've gone over the breakdown of the positions. We've gone over a little bit of the lineup build. At the end of this video, I'm going to link out the rankings for Week 7, which they are all out on the website. You can check that out. Make sure you check that out. And on top of that, I'm going to be doing a Thursday Night Football betting video. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to give you some of the top bets that we like on the site. We're even going to build a parlay, and that video should be coming out very soon. Or it's already out depending on when you watch this video. So that's what I've got for Thursday Night Football Breakdown. Hopefully you guys have success. Let me know down below what some of the top plays you like, or if there's some value plays that we didn't mention that you would like to use on Thursday Night Football. Good luck, and everybody, let's bring home some bacon. Peace!